and it is not over yet. More reaction from the stadium coming up on NFL Total Access with Willie McGinnis and David Carr, Scott Hansen, and Lindsey Rhodes. We also have Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs set to join us in just a few minutes. Scott with a whole host of questions he's dying to ask
Mahomes
him.
may have just taken over the lead for the MVP race tonight because the Dallas Cowboys just got their biggest win in years. Let's take you to AT&T Stadium for the Thursday night game of the week in the NFL. Sean Payton and the guys coming in on a 10-game win streak. Dak Prescott has more primetime wins than any quarterback in the last 3 years. Did you know that?
Pretty good.
Added another one tonight. First quarter, they're already up 3-0. Zeke on the screen.
Keep giving it to Zeke, you'll have more.
Yeah, that helps.
You keep giving it to Zeke, you'll have more primetime
It was a
wins.
10-0 lead. The Saints ran 8 plays in the first quarter. Second quarter, Dallas making a quick mistake here. Amari Cooper catch, trying to get yardage afterwards. What happened, Willie?
Well, you got a hand, you got a foot, but you got a knee. Knock the ball out, ball security. Donation. Put it in.
$23.
Ball security.
In Dallas's stadium, they do that. I would say it's uncharitable, except
Literally charitable.
It's disrespectful, but it's charitable.
All right, so Saints get the football back, ensuing possession. Drew Brees going to hit his tight end. Now watch, a lot of bang-bang stuff right here. Inside the 5-yard line, a hit, the ball comes loose, and the Saints recover. Ruling on the field is incomplete. Sean Payton decides to challenge it, and he is successful on the challenge. They call it a fumble recovery for the Saints. However, Payton used his earlier challenge, so he's out of challenges for the rest of the game. Remember that.
A little early for that.
Little early, and it would come back to bite him perhaps. Alvin Kamara, though.
I thought he was going to score. I thought that was a score.
Jerry Jones said he wanted Super Bowl-type plays.
That's a great tackle.
Got to be able to make those type of plays in the open field.
They
And
tackled
Jalen Smith
well.
has been doing that all year long.
And 4th and goal line stand of the year for the Cowboys.
It is. That right there turned their season around. That play.
So they stuff him there, keep him out of the end zone, and a shutout pitched by the Cowboys defense in the first half against the best offense in football.
No.
Now,
Randy.
They were making some bad mistakes there. A roughing the punter penalty on Randy Gregory. You'll get another look at it here.
Well, you got to be smarter, right? You got to have a little resolve.
Yeah, Keith O'Quinn, the coordinator, agrees with you on that one. Very next play, Drew Brees says, you want to give me extra outs? I'll take them.
Every time that happens,
That's usually what happens, man. You make a mistake with a good team.
you get burned.
Keith Kirkwood with the touchdown. He had one on Thanksgiving as well. It's a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. Saints have the football around midfield. It's 3rd and 5. And Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence come in. There's a flag on the play, though. Gregory called for offside.
That was close.
It was
That was
really
close.
lined up offside.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at this one. I really couldn't see it, but I guess
Yeah, I'm with you,
they're a
Jason.
little closer than I am.
So 4 plays later, Brees going to Alvin Kamara. This was a play that changed some things right here. He gets blown up by Jalen Smith.
No flag.
No flag.
That was a missed call.
Yeah.
Definitely a missed call. You can see him launching helmet. You see the crown. Helmet down, helmet to helmet, and Kamara was a little woozy getting out.
And the Saints don't get the first down by penalty. No call on the play. They were eventually punting on that one. Cowboys get it back. Cole Beasley dives for the first down, but there's no challenge. There's no challenge available for the Saints. Beasley was down.
2 yards short, you can't challenge. It's helpless.
But the ruling on the field was he got the first down, so they have to sit and watch. And then Dak taking a shot
Bailed him out right here.
on 3rd and 8. You see the flag icon. Oh, hit to the helmet.
Hey,
I'm owed 1,000 yards of penalties if that's a penalty.
You personally, David Carr.
Someone owes me 1,000
guess
yards.
what? It's a penalty.
And then another penalty comes in on this one, but Cam Jordan comes up with the strip, and the penalty was against Dallas's offensive line, so the Saints have new life. A field goal to tie, a touchdown to win the game, 2-minute drill for one of the best in the business, but Drew Brees.
He did that earlier in the game. He did that same thing earlier in the game.
He didn't really want to
And
throw
last
that.
week.
He shorthanded
Crazy,
that
yeah.
pass.
Jordan Lewis with the interception that clinches it for the Cowboys. Dallas takes it 13-10. The 10-game winning streak for the Saints is over. Cowboys have won 4 in a row. And we got our answer. Who dat? Dem boys.
Said the thing was going to be about our physical toughness. Okay, there's no question in my mind. We demonstrated that tonight for 60 minutes in all 3 phases of our football team. We said it's going to be about our mental toughness, play in, play out. 46 guys, 53 guys, 63 guys, 25 coaches for 60 minutes. Play through the success.
Look at the quarterbacks. If I did the blind resume right here, you would have said, yeah, it was Drew Brees on the right-hand side of the column. Dak Prescott outplayed him, and that was a lot to do with Dak's defense and the way they shut down the New Orleans Saints right here. Longest winning streak in football with the New Orleans Saints until now.
I thought we struggled really throughout the night having any consistency offensively. I thought we made enough plays defensively. We kind of felt like it would be a lower scoring game coming in, but we just didn't do enough things, and that starts with us as coaches, the plan going in. There'll be a lot we watch on tape and regret certain plays, but before I get into any of that, you really got to tip your hat to the way they played.
Yeah, again, our defense did an excellent job, and we have great respect for their offense, the skill that they have, just what they're capable of doing. And the biggest thing we try to do is focus on ourselves and play the way we're capable of playing. Play sound fundamental defense, play fast, play physical, win the line of scrimmage, be a great tackling team, contest throws, all the things we try to emphasize day in and day out had to show up in this ball game for 60 minutes. And one of the big keys to this game was handle the success of the game and keep playing, handle the adversity of the game and keep playing. It was going to be a 60-minute game. We got out in front of this thing. We did a good job stopping them defensively. We did a good job possessing the football offensively. We got ahead, but we knew they'd keep coming, and we had to keep coming. And we made some critical stops at the end of the ball game. Everybody had a piece of it.
What a win for that team.
Big.
10 points for the Saints, 176 yards. To say that the Cowboys defense did something tonight that no other team has done this season would be a massive understatement, Willie, because they did something that no team has come close to doing against New Orleans. How did they do it?
They did a great job at going through what Rod Marinelli and Chris Rashad wanted to do. I was trying to figure out how they were going to substitute some of their personnel with what the Dallas Cowboys and what the Saints were doing at the running back position with Kamara. They did a good job of playing man-to-man. They brought in the safety / defensive back. Jordan Lewis did a great job of covering Kamara up. And then when they wanted to drop in the zone, they let Van Der Esch in, and they did a great job at playing zone. They got to the quarterback with pressure. Only got 2 sacks, but they had 5 hits on the quarterback. So they created pressure. They did everything. They mixed up things. They bought blitzes. They bought Anthony Brown off the corner. Chris Richard, along with Marinelli, does it. They do a great job of working together, of mixing it up with the front end and the back end, and they hustle and they rally to the ball. And listen, they didn't give up any explosive plays, which was great.
Yeah.
Have you seen a better defensive performance from a team this year?
No, not this year. This was great. This is the best offense in the league. This is the best team, some would say, in the league. And to go in and to neutralize Mike Thomas, 40 yards. Okay, Kamara, 36 yards.
Shut him out in the first half.
Shut him out in the first half. No big plays. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Dallas turned the ball over offensively twice. The defense, sudden change, they came out, didn't give up 0 points.
Great point.
That's great.
What did you see from Drew Brees?
Well, it was hard because they really, early in the game, they rushed 4. They stopped the run. So when you can't get the run game going, that's what Sean Payton likes to do. He gets the run game going a little bit, then the play action pass comes, and the big plays down the field come. The run game never really got going. And then the Cowboys just played great in the secondary. There were some great pass breakups. There was tight coverage all over the field. I mean, there were some really good throws by Drew. Some of these throws were right on the money, but it was great defense, and they played it all night, and they rallied to the ball. Like Willie said, it's not exotic stuff. They didn't go out there and do a whole bunch of different looks. They lined up, they brought guys. If they saw man coverage, they'd rush the back, but they just locked up guys on the outside, said, we're going to beat you physically, play harder than you, and that's exactly what they did.
On that last play we just showed, when they brought pressure, they won the one-on-one battles outside.
Exactly.
They won one-on-one. They didn't have any help,
great job.
no double coverage. They won the one-on-one battles. That's very important because 2 things has to happen. The ball has to come out or the quarterback's going to get hit.
And the goal line stand. The goal line stand where Sean Payton says, I'm going for it. We are putting this on the line here early in the game. And Dallas stopped them twice inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it was really nice. They had a 6-man box right there, tried to hand it off to Kamara. Great defense, just stuffed. There's nowhere to go. They stoned him at the line of scrimmage, and then, I mean, that's the story of the game. There was no movement for Alvin to get going. There was nowhere for Mark Ingram to get going. It was all bottled up. So they tried to, engineer some things with drop back pass, but even if you're Drew Brees and the Saints, that's going to be difficult to do if you're just playing just throw the football game.
That type of goal line stance is not just like game changing, it's season changing for the confidence that it gives the defense going forward. You stop probably the best offense some would say in the league, 4 downs inside the 10-yard line pretty much. Going in to watch film, going on from here on out, who's the biggest challenge outside of that? So that gives you so much confidence and ability to say that we can go out and we can do this week in and week out.
Yeah, this was the toughest game on Dallas's entire schedule, and they won it.
Yeah.
And we're the better team from the first quarter to the fourth quarter.
Right. It's really cool to see the young guys step up for the Cowboys. Obviously the linebackers, but then like Jordan Lewis, who finished the game with the interception, he had the task of guarding Alvin Kamara all night. He had to follow him around. When they played those man coverage looks, hey, go out there, young buck. Go cover Alvin. And he did. He locked him up. I mean, the guy had maybe 30 yards receiving.
Alvin Kamara, who came back in the game after that big hit, I feel like we probably haven't heard the last of that. There are questions to be asked with regards to that. But Dak Prescott, a big confidence boost for him as well tonight, I would imagine.
Well, every time we go into these games with Dallas, it's always can he make throws down the field? Can he make enough throws to give these guys enough breathing room for the run game to get going? And I think that they did. He did make some big throws to Gallup down the field. He made some nice throws to Coop. Coop had some nice route adjustments, but he got the ball out of his hand. But the one thing that I saw that Scott Lanahan has been doing a better job, right? He started using some misdirection stuff. He started doing some things where you have a screen one side, you throw it to the other side, like this play right here. This is really nice design. You have Beasley going behind Zeke. You're going to fake the ball to Zeke, fake the ball to wide receiver. What's happening? Oh, it's a screen out the other side. And then he makes a big play out of it. So, and he did a lot of this stuff. I mean, it was a really nice changeup where you don't always have to drop back and beat guys. And this is another one. You get down there in the red zone, you got to find ways to score. So maybe they think by this formation over here to the left, it's going to be a screen. Oh, here, we'll show you screen to Beasley, get guys going that way. Oh, by the way, we're going to slide Zeke out the other side, throw him another screen. That's a great throw, by the way. That's harder than it looks.
That was.
Yes, exactly. And then so he takes care of the rest. But it's a great job by Scott Lanahan of not making them just go out there, all right, just win the one-on-ones, make good throws. He actually created some offense for his quarterback, and that helps a ton.
My favorite Scott Linehan call of the night was at 2:03 left in the fourth quarter. The Saints took the worst timeout in football. They called timeout with 2:03. You never do that on defense when you're trailing. And it allowed the Dallas Cowboys to call a pass play. Free play. It was pass interference, and then they went to victory formation and knelt on it from there on out, which led to the biggest Dallas Cowboy win in years. Now, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Maybe a couple years ago when they won the division and went to the playoffs, they had a better win in some people's mind. Some people would say it's the biggest since they beat the Saints back in 2009 when the Saints were undefeated. Either way, a lot to talk about for the owner and general manager, Jerry Jones.
Defense played beyond my expectations out there. Now, they played like a championship defense. I really think that this bunch, it's a young team, maybe the youngest in the NFL. I really think this bunch is going to take this and be a different team over the next 4 ball games.
All right, well, a couple of things that are domino pieces to fall after the outcome of this game. First, the best record in football now belongs to the Los Angeles Rams. They were tied with the Saints at 10-1, but the Rams are alone as the 1 seed right now in the current NFC playoff picture. The Dallas Cowboys stay as the 4, but strengthen their lead in the NFC East. The other thing that happened in this game, the longest winning streak in football right now belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-2.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Let's get it.